division. This bout scheduled for 10 rounds. And when the bell rings, the man in charge of the action, referee Ron Lipton. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the blue trunks with black trim and weighing in at 224 pounds. His professional record, 43 victories with 23 KOs against 15 defeats with 2 draws. He comes to us from Whiting, Indiana. Ladies and gentlemen, Irish Dan Murphy. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the black trunks with silver letters, weighing in at 215 pounds. His professional record, a perfect 18-0, 15 by KO. From Auckland, New Zealand, ladies and gentlemen, David Tua.
David, you received your rules from the commission. I remind you now, you score a knockdown. Be careful of your follow-up punches. Do not hit a man on the deck or you'll risk disqualification. No matter what happens out here, obey my commands. Good luck to you both.
The unbeaten David Tua from New Zealand in the black trunks. As you can see, Mike Tyson type of build about him. He's won all 18 so far, up against Dan Murphy, who fights out of Indiana and has fought a lot of the top heavyweights around and has lost to them all. But he's experienced.
Murphy may well give Tua some problems because he has the style to do just that.
Oh, right uppercut looked a dangerous punch from Tua earlier on. There's a massive reach advantage here for Murphy of 11 inches. His reach officially given as 81.5 inches. So Tua will be looking to get inside that. He's big news back home in New Zealand is Tua, where of course rugby rather tends to dominate the sports pages, and they really haven't uprooted too many trees in the boxing world, New Zealand. But Tua is actually managed by Kevin Barry. He's the man who actually holds the decision over Evander Holyfield in the Olympics. It was a disqualification.
I must say, New Zealand won the America's Cup, so you never know. They may produce a world heavyweight champion as well soon.
Well, they've got their hopes of this chap, although he's still got things to prove yet. Murphy here cast very much in the role of opponent. He's 10 years older at 32 years of age, in his 61st fight. Murphy just the 19th for Tua.
Murphy's the sort of man who could old man a young fighter out of it with the reach. Just frustrate the younger man, not allow him to get off in the way he's used to.
Seen Tua a couple of times before, and he just seemed to run out of ideas and didn't seem to be the finished article somehow. So it'll be interesting to see how further he's come on, as it were. Murphy just needs to try and keep him on the end of that jab, doesn't he? If he can. He's trying to do that. Obvious tactics, but it's easier from the safe side of the ropes. Oh, left hook from Tua, good punch.
The closer he gets to Tua, the more danger will be in.
Tua looking to close the range. Again, that right uppercut. Referee here, by the way, is Ron Lipton.
You almost look like Michael Buffer there.
Don't earn his money, though, Gary, I tell you. Now Tua's done some promising work in this opening round. One round gone. There is Dan Murphy. Actually lost in Sheffield to Lennox Lewis in 6 rounds. He came into the ring in a bowler hat with an umbrella on that occasion. Could have done with a suit of armor as well, quite honestly. He's lost to Pierre Kurtzer in 3 rounds, Greg Page in 3 rounds, Tommy Morrison in 3 rounds, the WBC heavyweight champion Oliver McCall in 1 round. That was in London, though he did go the distance with Larry Donald. That was a pretty good result. Donald, pretty promising heavyweight who was beaten by Riddick Bowe, but that wasn't bad.
This is where Tua just landed some body shots and a short left hook when he got, and an uppercut on the right when he got close. But 3 rounds seems to be Murphy's danger point.
Lou Duver in the corner with David Tua, the 22-year-old from Auckland in New Zealand, though he was born in Samoa. Tua in the black trunks, ranked number 29 by the World Boxing Council, and he could be just a bit better than that.
He does have a reminiscent style to Mike Tyson, doesn't he?
Similar kind of build, isn't it? Short reach, sawn off. Little shotgun type of a fighter, isn't he? Good body punches. He's beginning to get to Murphy here.
See, Murphy's not moving around as much or as fast or using the jab as he was in the first round.
If Tua's going anywhere as a heavyweight, he's got to be this kind of trial horse. Yeah. And pretty impressively too, really.
I think if he keeps it with 3 or within 3, he'd have done a good job.
Left hook looks a good punch. 18 wins in 2.5 years for Tua, and only 3 of his opponents so far have gone the full distance.
Tua looks like he's landed some effective body shots from Murphy.
Oh, that left hook was a cruncher. And really all Murphy's got is that dabbing left hand, and he's not even throwing that enough. Exactly where Tua wants to be. He really is the governor in there, and only halfway through round 2.
In fairness there, Murphy tried some tricks there, but he's still standing too still and allowing Tua to land his punches.
Murphy has been in with 5 world champions. Only a youngster still. Tua, worth remembering his age. Just 22, so he's only going to get better. You'd think, anyway.
The way Tua is working, he's working rightly, but if he allows Murphy to go into the 4th, I think, then he would not have done the job that he should be doing.
Well, Murphy's letting him fight exactly the kind of fight he wants to fight, isn't he, as well? He's not stopped moving, he's stopped throwing out the jab. I think the body punches have got to him and slowed him, haven't they? One of those punches after the bell from Tua, but he's really in control. Well, they still want more from Tua, but he's doing enough, isn't he? Well, that hurt from here. Third round. And this is, as we've heard, often been a bad one in the career of Murphy when he's been in with the better heavyweights.
I think this will give us a pointer as to Tua, because Murphy looks like he's been softened up for this round, and round 3, as you said, has not been a good one.
The question is whether Tua can get the job done early. Murphy has been in with another British boxer apart from Lennox Lewis. Derek Angle beat him in 9 rounds.
Murphy knows how to, as the sort of a guy he is, he knows how to look after himself in there as well. So a lot of those, some of those punches may not be getting through as we believe them to, as I can see them as.
Murphy, to be honest, not really being especially competitive. I'm not sure how significant a test this really is for Tua. He's having it all his own way at the moment. And you'd think that he's heading for a stoppage victory.
Murphy, he just landed a sharp right quickly in there, showed little signs of some sort of potential threat.
Clubbing right from Tua.
Well, there goes Murphy there for a little combination there.
Well, he's just beginning to grow in ambition and needed to as well in this third round. He's suddenly getting that jab working again and a couple of decent rights as well.
What can happen to an opponent like Murphy is that they get ready to be beat, and if the opponent hasn't taken them out in time, then they start gaining in confidence, and then it starts looking like a different fight.
Let's see if that happens. Well, Murphy's beginning to throw more punches now. He needed to. I thought he'd gone on strike. The time I saw Tua before, which was also in Atlantic City, it was a similar kind of thing. He started off very, very fast and then just seemed to run out of ideas and couldn't quite get the job done. I wonder if it's going to be a similar story here. Although he's won 15 out of 18 inside the distance, I just wonder if he is a particularly concussive hitter, because he's hit Murphy with a lot of pretty big-looking shots like that one. He felt that one all right. Now this could be the finish. It is. That's it, I think. Is it? The bell went, but the referee was trying to stop the fight. So what happens here? Now, I think the referee stopped that fight, and then the bell sounded, but I think they're going to let Murphy get away with that. I could have sworn there that Ron Lipton was stepping in to stop the fight.
It looked like that to me. But then the referee looked at him, and when the bell went, I suppose he looked in Murphy's face, and Murphy shook his head in defiance, so he allowed him the chance.
No, I can't agree with that. I really do believe there that the referee had stopped the fight and should actually stuck to the decision. Absolutely, the bell sounded afterwards. That's
remember, this is entertainment.
Not for Murphy, it isn't.
He was in trouble there. He was holding on with one hand on the ropes, taking all those shots. The referee definitely stopped the fight there.
He did. Yeah, there was a low punch in there as well from Tua. And then when he heard the bell, he sort of thought better of it and said, oh, well, let it run then. And looking at that, he was right to stop it too. But here we go, fourth round. Well, that might cause a bit of controversy. Just say that somehow Murphy got back into the fight and you can't really see it, and somehow won it.
Hopefully Tua doesn't knock Murphy out too badly, because if he does, there'll be a lot of screaming as to why the referee didn't follow up with his original decision.
He's looking very closely again, the referee here. There's not a lot coming back, is there, from Murphy. He used to call himself Dangerous Dan Murphy. He's dropped that. He wasn't quite so dangerous.
I think there's something to remember by this fight. Tua, if you see him fighting tall fighters with a great deal of ambition, he will have problems.
Oh, that's impressive, flashy combination from Tua. He's got the moves, hasn't he?
Oh, yes, they've definitely got the moves and the style to do things, and we've got the right team behind him. The referee can stop this fight anytime he feels. Murphy's fighting on pride. Every so often he'll throw a couple of punches, just in like get-off punches.
He's only in there surviving, really, though, isn't he? I think Murphy looks that way anyway. And just as I was saying in the last round that Tua didn't look as if he was a particularly concussive puncher, he suddenly really did shake up Murphy. But that was the first time. Can he do it again?
If I remember rightly, when I come to Murphy's always been quite an awkward fighter to fight. He gave Lennox through the 6 rounds, and it made it hard work for him, didn't he?
Sure. He's just fighting in little spurts here, isn't he? Quarter of a minute here and there, and the rest of it is all-out survival. Ooh, right hand through from Tua.
He just throws enough of what I would call get-off punches. Like, get off, leave me alone, don't keep hitting me.
Last 10 seconds of round 4. Murphy trying to keep Tua at the end of that jab, but not really succeeding. Tua gets inside again.
I want a right hand, listen to me, right hand, double hook, right hand. Every time you throw the hook, I want 2 hooks and then come back with the right hand. Keep throwing uppercuts when you get in close. Now this guy...
Yeah, well, they're just telling him to work his way inside with the jab, first of all, and then double up with the hooks.
Good, because the hooks are what we saw that did the damage. And if he's trying one, the first one might not be good, but the second one will be good. And then follow up with the right. But he has to work his way in, because Murphy will hold him as he's on the way in.
Round 5 at the Atlantic City Convention Centre. David Tua, the unbeaten young New Zealander in the black trunks here. He's won every round so far against the surviving Dan Murphy, 32-year-old. Murphy's originally from Nebraska, which is Max Baer country. Oh, he stopped it now. He stopped it now. He's got the job done in round 5, Tua. And he's as pleased as punch about that. Well, the referee was going to stop it at the end of round 3. He has stopped it towards the start of round 5. The result was never in any kind of serious doubt. How good is Tua, though, Gary Mason?
Well, I think it keeps Tua on track. You can't fault the performance, but you can't give it too much credit. He's done it within around the same time as all the others, so he definitely is one to continue watching.